Hi students, this is a different type of lesson actually. I have been uploading mathematics lessons both of first PUC and second PUC right now, and I am very happy that students are encouraging me. A lot of students are watching my lesson and subscribing. I hope you will continue to support me and spread this message to your friends so that more students will come and take the benefit of this forum. I also thought that I should give some motivational talk so that it will help the student to go in the right direction. I have kept the topic heading Swasti Pantha. Swasti Pantha Manucharema Surya Chandramasahiva. This is a Veda mantra. It is beautiful, impregnated with very good meaning. The literal meaning of this translation may be something like this. Let us follow the noble path as followed by sun and moon. See, if you observe nature, sun and moon are the two sources. Because of them, we are surviving here. The earth survives because of sun and moon. We get the light and energy from sun, and we get moonlight. According to Indian belief, moon is called Rasadipati. Plants produce all types of, living materials which are produced in plant. They require moonlight. This is what we believe. So both sun and moon help us to survive, but they don't anticipate, they don't expect anything from us. So DVG in Mankuti Manakagga says, Belakani Surya Chandra Radu Dani Illa. So that means whether you praise them, whether you criticize them, they don't deviate from their noble path. So the Veda mantra says, let us take them as example, let us follow the noble path. Therefore, I have kept the topic heading Swasti Pantha, meaning is noble path. Nowadays, normally in almost all colleges, students attend a compulsory program called PDP, which is popularly known as PDP, Personality Development Program. Normally, in any such program, the resource person starts with goal setting, because nowadays we think that goals are very important. No doubt, nobody denies that. Even I am planning to talk on goal setting in future. But more than that, means are important. Swami Vivekananda once says, means are as important as or more important than goals. That is, if your means are noble, means are good, no matter whatever is the goal will be good. Even without goal, if you are following the noble path, your destiny will be good. So let me quote one very interesting story. Swami Vivekananda lost his father when he was a student, when he was in college, and his family faced lot of financial difficulties. During this time, actually, he came into contact with Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and one day, Paramahamsa wanted to test Vivekananda whether he is really the genuine disciple for spiritual path. So he says, during my sadhana, I have acquired lot of powers, occult powers. For example, using those powers, you can become very rich. Or if you want to become a king, you can become a king. Anything you want to acquire in this material world, that is possible with that power. So if you want, I will give it to you. And immediately, Vivekananda says, then Narendra, is it possible to get self-realization using those powers? Then Bhagavan Ramakrishna says, no. In fact, these powers are detrimental to the spiritual path. Then Vivekananda says, then I don't want those powers. See here, all these occult powers, whatever you call, those are useful in realizing the material gains. But the goal of Vivekananda was spiritual gain. So for that gain, it is not the occult power which was useful. So what I mean to say here is, when your goals are very important, means are much more important. See, when a person wants to realize spiritual goal, he cannot be interested in material gain. So Meaning, whenever a student wants to achieve something, no doubt nobody denies the fact that goals are very important. But more than that, means are more important. The path which you follow to realize that goal, that is very, very important. Let me clarify this point. Say, a student wants to become an engineer, very good engineer, by studying in a college which gives him a very good degree, so that that will be a passport for his future employment. Imagine that there is a provision for cheating. By copying, he excels in the 10th standard examination, then gets into a PU college. There also he follows some unethical means, then he gets a very good rank, and then goes to the engineering college. There also his means are not noble, so he achieves by cheating only, gets a very good grade. Let us say this is the path. Then when it comes to the employment, no company will take him only on the basis of his marks card. So they will test. So no, he has not acquired any skill, any competency during this student life journey of his study. He cannot be selected for the post which he desired. So what I mean to say is, sometimes when you want to achieve success, the path which you follow may yield a result in a slow manner. But what is important is, it is the path which you follow. It is not only the goal. So nowadays, whenever I train the students for competitive examination, especially like KCET, Karnataka CET or JEE, students always fond of asking me, sir, can you teach us some shortcuts? Normally, I say shortcuts are not there. Of course, there are some shortcuts. See, there are even nowadays in training program for this type of examination, some teachers even make a propaganda that you can achieve success by using these shortcuts. To tell you the secret, there is no shortcut. See, Jerome Bruner, a psychologist, says you can teach anybody anything with some certain intellectual honesty. The same thing can be applied. You can learn any subject, anybody can learn any subject with certain intellectual honesty. What do you mean by intellectual honesty here? See, when you want to study mathematics, when you want to study physics, there is no shortcut. So you have to love the subject, you have to respect the teacher, you have to be ready to work hard, then only you can get the success. Therefore, as a student, what you should know is, path is more important than the goal. If your path is good, goal will be achieved. If the goal is only good and if you are not worried about the path, then no matter whatever is your goal, you will not be able to achieve. And another thing is, success should not be measured in a shorter way. See, in one test, in one examination, you may get some good score, but that is not end. That is not the end. So what you have to do is, you keep on acquiring knowledge, you keep on acquiring skill. That will definitely protect you. So let me tell you one very interesting story. When Sir C.V. Raman, the Nobel laureate of India, started his own institute in Bangalore, he wanted some young postgraduates in physics to join as research associate. So a lot of young students who completed post-graduation, they appeared for the interview. And in that interview, there was one student who did not fare well in the interview. So he lost the hope. Then when he was going back, the institution paid them TADA, traveling allowances. So he took the money and went. And after some time, he came to know that money paid to him was excess. So then once again he comes back in the evening to the institute. Then C.V. Raman was sitting there. Then he goes there. Then Raman asks him, what is the matter? Then the student says, sir, I had come in the morning for interview, but while paying the TADA, the clerk made a mistake and he has given me excess money. I want to refund it. Then Raman asks him, how was your interview? Then he says, sir, I am very sorry. I could not do well. I don't think I will be selected. Then Raman says, tomorrow come and join my institution. I want you. I don't want what is your performance in your interview. Then the boy was taken aback. Then he says, sir, I have not done well. Why do you select? See, young man, I can teach you physics, but I can't teach you honesty. I can't teach you sincerity. You have that. So I want a student, I want a candidate here for the research work who should be dedicated, who should be honest. See, the thing is, during MSc, he might have not done well, scoring very high marks, but he has a personality characteristic which helped him. Therefore, in our life, what is important is it is not the goal alone, it is the path. See, as a student, we should have certain values. See, you should love your subject, you should respect your teachers, you should respect your elders. Whatever good suggestion is given to you by anybody, you should be ready to accept it. If possible, you should follow it. So, that should be the characteristic that will lead you to the success. Then you think of the goal. So now the question is, sometimes students ask, sir, it is wonderful to listen to this type of statement, no problem. But what are the sources from which we have to derive such values? Now let me tell you, there is a statement. As a young child, when a small child, every child in this country should listen to Ramayana and Mahabharata, because a child which is growing with these stories will have a lot of values. So if you take the same life story of Swami Vivekananda, as a young boy, he was listening the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata told by his mother, and that helped him to shape a good personality. Then, when a person attains your age, that is when you are becoming adult, it is the teenage, you should read Swami Vivekananda, because he is the right source to shape our personality. I have seen in my own teaching life, the students who read Swami Vivekananda will be a better person. And I have not seen a student who is inspired by, motivated by Swami Vivekananda's speech and articles, readings. He will never follow the wrong path. Therefore, what is important here is, as I told you, Swasti Pantha, let us follow the noble path. And for those noble path pointers are Swami Vivekananda, APJ Abdul Kalam, and good literature. It may be Ramayana, Mahabharata, or anything. So reading for the purpose or studying for the purpose of say passing an examination is one thing which is very vital. I don't say no, but in addition to that, to take us in the right path, we should also know what are the sources, what are the values, what are the role models we can have, so that we can shape our personality in a better way. Now, let me tell you one very interesting story from Mahabharata. You know, among all the students of Dronacharya, Arjuna was the most favorite student of Dronacharya. Not because he is a prince, not that one, because there were other princes, but because of his characteristic, because of his personality, because of the values he cherished. So he became most favorite student. He was more dearer to Dronacharya than his own son Ashwatthama. If you read Mahabharata, you will come to know. I will just let me tell you one important incident which took place during their student life. So the Pandavas, 5, and the Kauravas, 100, and some more other princes, along with Ashwatthama, they were studying under Dronacharya, and they were staying in a Gurukul. And in that Gurukul, this was the system. Every student in the morning should go to the river nearby and fetch water. But the condition is all students are equally treated. So everybody should bring equal number of pots of water to the ashram. This was the thing. Now, for this purpose, there were some pots kept in the ashram. So everybody in the morning should go to the river and fetch the water. Equal number of water. So this is the thing. But Dronacharya did one trick actually, played a trick. He kept vessels. Some vessels were containing narrow neck, some vessels were containing broad neck. And it was Ashwatthama who was taking broad neck pot and bringing the water. It's quite natural. If you want to fill the water in a pot which contains broad neck, it will take less time. If you take a narrow neck pot, it will take more. Other students were not interested in study, they wanted to pass time. Therefore, what they were doing is, they sometimes without noticing, sometimes purposely, they were taking the narrow neck pot and bringing the water. So it was taking more time. Arjuna observed this. So then he selected the pot which contains broad neck. So he was completing his part of work of bringing the water in a lesser time, and he was joining the instruction because the condition was Dronacharya was starting his lesson in a particular time, but the students should join this class after finishing this work. So the other students were joining late, but Arjuna was joining early because he was finishing his work. See, there is a beautiful Subhashita, Kshanashah Kanashashcheva Vidyamarthanja Sadhe Kshane Nashte Kuto Vidya Kane Nashte Kuto Dhanam. As a student, if you want to utilize your student life properly, every single minute is very important. This is what Arjuna followed as a student. So he knew the importance of time. So that is why he became a successful student. See, there are 10 names for Arjuna. One of them is Gudakesha. Gudakesha means, the literal meaning is the person who has conquered the sleep. It doesn't mean he is not sleeping, but he has conquered the sleep. So, as a student, we should know how to conquer the sleep also. If you study the characteristic of Arjuna in Mahabharata, he is the best role model for all of us. So, let me conclude today. Swasti Pantha is the first thing which you should think before going to the goals. So let me continue this motivational talk series. This is the first one. In the next talk, let me take goal setting because that is also important. How to set our goals. I hope you like this talk. If so, please subscribe my channel if you are not subscribed and share with your friends. And I will continue with this motivational talk in future. A lot of things I would like to share with you regarding the study skill and other things. Hope you are the young children in the formative stage. This type of ideas, this type of values will help you to shape your personality in a better way. Thank you. Let us meet in the next talk.